Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Nariyama's Let's Play Minecraft, version 1.12, using Diaro 20's mod pack. This is episode 8, and this episode we're going to go to a new dimension. We're going to go to Aromacraft's Mining Dimension. So the Mining Dimension has some, a denser ore distribution, but that's actually not why we're going there. It makes a nice sort of not in your base spot to put some stuff that we're going to want to set up. One thing we're going to set up there is a tree farm. We're also going to set up maybe some power generation there, and it has a flat world type, so the surface of the world is completely flat, which we're going to use for Monk, and we may get to that this episode. But first, we need to make the things we're going to use to teleport. So Aromacraft requires the Aromacraft gateway using portal frames. So up here in the upper left-hand corner, you can see I've got portal frames and the mining multi-tool that turns the portal frame on. That's how we'll get there the first time, but the way we're going to get back is using a celestial gateway. So let's set those up now. So if we open up our book, here's the recipe for a celestial gateway. We've got 2 ruined marble, a star metal. You can get 4 stardust, and some illumination powder. Now, we made the illumination powder last episode, but this is really kind of neat stuff. It's sort of like a little torch on a stick. Not a torch on a stick. It's a glowing wisp that illuminates things. It uses glowstone, so it's not terribly efficient to use it for a light source, but we are going to use it for these gateways. They do take more glass lenses. I made those already, and we need some rock crystals. So I'll go and grab the rock crystals now. We want 2 of them. And let's go ahead and make that recipe. Runed star metal. Okay. So runed star metal, stardust. We're actually going to put the total amount we're going to need here, since we're going to make 2 of these gateways. Whoops. 1, 2, 1, 2. We need 4 illumination powder, 4 lenses, and then the rock crystal. And we can make 1 gateway using the first rock crystal. Unfortunately, since rock crystals don't stack, we'll have to open this back up and make the second one. So we're gonna set this up. I want to show you kind of how the teleportation for Astral Sorcery works. Like I said in a previous episode, it doesn't take any power, which is super convenient. And all it really takes is a little bit of time to set up. So this isn't something that you just sort of drop and teleport, but if you have a couple minutes, it takes a couple minutes to set up using multi-block, and then you can teleport across dimensions, any distance, no power required whatsoever. All right, so those are the 2 celestial gateways. I have all of the materials to make the multi-blocks here already. So let's go ahead and make the Aromacraft mining multi-tool first, and then we will make 14 gateway pieces. So similar to another portal, 14 pieces is about as much as you need for this. You can make it smaller, and I have in the past. Just a size that a person can step through is fine. But I like making them a little bit bigger. I figured we would do it over here. So that's kind of the standard nether portal size, and the way we activate it is we click on it with the tool, and I left the tool in the crafting altar. All right, here we go. Activate it, and it says to go through the portal, you have to sneak in it. Now, this will open up underground in Aromacraft, and there will be monsters, so let's make sure we have enough torches. We got some food in case we have to fight stuff off, but here we go. Oh, I guess I lied. Usually it opens up underground, but this time we got lucky. It's above ground. So we really don't need the Celestial Gateway, but I'll set it up anyway. In order to do that, though, we have to go back to the other side and set it up on the other side first. So kind of glad that I didn't go up, or it didn't open up underground. All right, so let's set up the Celestial Gateway. I think it's a 7x7 structure, so this should be a good spot right here. We'll open that up a little bit. I did not bring up my building gadget, but that's okay. This is pretty small, so 2, 3, 4, 5. You might ask, like, hey, Nariyama, why do you do this without opening up your thing to look at it first? I've set up a lot of these because they're really convenient, particularly for cross-dimensional travel. So if we look at it, it takes a 5x5 square of sooty marble. Then along those edges, arches, and the corners are runed with engraved on top. So we'll put that away. Arches, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Then it's runed with engraved on top for the corners. So runed. And engraved. Where's my engraved? There it is. All right. And then we just plop the gateway down in the center. And assuming we did it right, oh, that is not the center. There we go. So we did it right, sure enough. So when we step into the multi-block, you'll see it creates this sort of like star field around us. And right now, none of the stars are yellow. Yellow stars are places you can go. The reason none of the stars are yellow is because this is the only celestial gateway we have right now. Gateways in the world that you're in will appear on the horizon, so they'll be right around this height. Gateways in other dimensions will be up further. Okay, so we'll head over to Aromacrafts and build another one. I may actually at some point take that one down and move it to like the end or the nether, but for the purposes of showing how this works, this is a good thing. All right, move a little distance away, and we'll set up the second one. So, sooty. And then marble arch. Notice last episode I mentioned this is not good for an emergency getaway. Here's the reason why. Because it takes a minute or two to set up. And with the sun going down, that could be a problem. Runed. 3, 4, and engraved. Where'd the engraved go? There it is. 2, 3, 4. Yep, we're getting mob spawns. Let's get out of here. Okay, notice the yellow star. Hold down right click and poof. To safety we go. And we end up back at our base. Yay. All right, so it is night, or night's coming on. We do need to find one more constellation, and there we go. Awesome. So this is Avitas. This is the one I can never remember how to draw. So let's go to constellations. All right, whoop, back. So there, up to the tail there, and then some feet. All right. I'm going to mess this up. That is not Avitas. That is Lucerna. All right. We don't know Lucerna yet, so we're going to keep going here. That's another one that we don't have. Oh, no, this is actually Avitas. Okay. I think, yep. So Avitas is the one that takes 9 stars. So if we wanted to attune something to Avitas, we would need 9 of those little relays. We made 8 last episode, so we'll probably make 1 off camera to do that. But there we go, Avitas. All right, now what's nice is we can actually discover the other constellations. So you'll notice I have a couple of pieces of constellation paper in here that say there's nothing here. As soon as I take them out of this inventory, I discover new constellations, Pelotrio and Mineralis. I was hoping to get Lucerna, but that's okay. Also, we can now put these in our book, so yay. Don't take up inventory space anymore. All right, so we've got the portal to the mining realm, we've got the Celestial Gateway. Now what we're going to do is we are going to sleep through the night because we don't like monsters. And then we're going to work a little bit on Monk. So if we pull up the advancements, the Way of the Square Fist. All right, the next thing we need to do is break 5 stone blocks with my bare hands. That should be pretty trivial. Now, normally you can't break stone with your bare hands, but here we go. Monk allows us to do this. If you look, we're paying attention in the lower right-hand corner there, it lets us, it shows us how much advancement we're doing. Monk is one of the mods that was added. I talked about it a little bit in the first episode. Direwolf showcased this monk, or this monk. Direwolf showcased this mod on Forgecraft, and he liked it so much he added it to his own pack. So there we go. I have made the advancement monk level 4. Next, we need to pet some animals, as I recall. Advancements, yep, pet 20 animals. Where we're going here is the sprint 200 blocks. This vastly improves our run speed, so let's go pet some animals. Can't pet the same animal twice, so we do need to find different things. So there was all those cows out behind our base, weren't there? Those should make a first good target for animals to pet. All right. Hello, cow. And notice we got a little message. The cow likes us. And oh, I am right-clicking to pet them. So in case you're wondering how I knew to do that, it does tell you. So it says pet 20 animals, right-click an animal with an empty hand to pet. So we'll come down here. I saw a bunch of sheep and stuff up at the top of this hill, so there we go. Oh, hey, there's another Astral Sorcery Temple over there. Awesome. We'll probably go cannibalize that for marble. There's a cow over there. Do we got any more? I don't see any down there, so let's just go get that cow. Hey, zombie must have died, and thank you for putting that in my hand. There we go. All right. I got that pig before. There's a cow. That's awkward. All right, here's another cow. Let's see, where can we find some more animals? Looking at my mini map, there's some sheep over here. There's also a spider. Hopefully the spider is underground, but it may be above the ground. Nope, it's underground. Good. All right, some sheep. Find maybe a few more, and we should be good to go. Sheep. Sheep. My youngest daughter just learned how to say what sheeps say. So she's been going around going bah every time there's a sheep. Did that pet? Okay, nope. There we go. So that biome that we were in is a magical forest. It's added by Thaumcraft, and it has some really neat stuff in it. In particular, the wood for silverwood trees is one of the nicest looking light wood textures. So we may build some stuff out of that. And oh, hey, sheep. Looks like we need about 2 more. The other thing that's nice about magical forests is they always have all of the animal spawns in them. So if you find a magical forest biome, somewhere in that biome there's chickens, pigs, sheep, and cows. Last one, pet a chicken. There we go, monk level 5. All right. So we could try and do this here, by the way. So if I start sprinting, oh, I think we have to take my boots off. There we go. We start sprinting. Notice the thing going in the bottom, but the problem is there's a lot of obstacles and it doesn't count time that you're jumping. So, well, maybe I will get it before I go to aromas. It's just so much easier to do in aromas. Oh, no, there. See, I hit a block before I jumped up on it, and it stopped me, and it completely killed the progress. So we're just going to head over to Aromacrafts and sprint through a completely flat world, which will make this much easier. I don't know if it requires you to be in the overworld, but I don't think so. So let's find out, shall we? Oh, I guess I could have used the Celestial Gateway. Yeah. All right, aromas, here we come. Oh, hey. Yep, it's working. So we're just going to sprint, and sprint, and sprint, and sprint. Hopefully I do not run out of hunger. I did not think about that before I started sprinting here, but the other thing we can look for while we're here, so one of the things that spawns in aromas is greatwood trees, and I think you can get infested greatwood trees here, which is always nice. Get you some free dungeon loots. Free. You have to kill the spiders, but you know, it's about as free as it gets. And there we go. So here's the difference. Sprinting with Monk. So fast. Unfortunately, if I put my dark boots on, sad, we don't get to sprint really fast with the dark boots on. So I basically get my uphill step assist, or I get my sprint, one or the other. All right, and let's look at what we need to do next for Monk. I keep doing that. Advancements. Hey, kill 10 things, and we're gonna have to dodge a skeleton arrows 5 times in a row. That seems hard, but hey, we have this cool sprint, so maybe we can do it. It's 6:35, so we still got some time. Let's go upgrade the Celestial Altar, or at least get it ready for upgrade. So, get back. Alright, what do we need to upgrade this? So, just like the Starlight Crafting Altar, it needs a multi-block under it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the stuff that we've put on the floor here around this, and we're just going to set this altar on, or this multi-block on top of the one underneath it. Just make it a little bit, I don't know, easier. There are some other reasons that I'm doing that. For one thing, the gaps here between the spots make good spots for growing crystals, and if we're above the floor there, it makes it a little bit easier to sort of make specific pools for the crystals. Right, so we need some materials. I already have them in my inventory, so let's just pick this stuff up. One of the things I did is I put a storage crate keeper in here so that when I break this, do I have enough room? I do. It doesn't dump its inventory all over the place. We'll grab the grindstone, the torches. So this is 11 by 11, which is actually going to basically take up one spot on all directions further. So all of these will be basically up against the altar. That's okay. Or the altar multi-block. That's okay. I may move it later, but we'll see. All right, let's tear this down. Oh, can't do that. I have to make the altar first. I just realized that. All right, well, we got a couple hours until night. What else can we work on? We got the Celestial Gateway. We made the mining tool. Made the portal frame. All right. Timing is everything, right? Well, let's get the pieces parts for the Celestial Altar in there, and then as soon as it turns night, we can start making it. So aquamarines, we got chiseled in those 4 spots, 2 pillars, a star metal ingot there, and stardust there. So let's see, chiseled, pillars, star metal ingot, stardust, and of course my rock crystals are in my storage crate that I picked up. Derps all around. So we will set that there, and we'll just kind of keep that there for now. There we go. All right. We can't make it yet because it must be crafted at night, right? Starlight crafting may only be performed during nighttime and upgrades the altar to the next tier. So the reason we can't put the other multi-block down underneath it is because this requires this multi-block to be underneath it. If we pick this up and put the other multi-block down, now this altar won't work and we can't upgrade it. So that's kind of the catch-22 that we're in. All right, we only got a couple more seconds until nighttime, so we'll just wait for it. Let's see how we're doing for power over here. Not bad. All right, we got a full power cell, 18 million RF. The dynamos are full. That's good. We have a couple of options for upgrading the power. What I'm thinking is that I will show one of the thermal options, but we'll quickly move into a bigger and better one. So the thermal option is using refined fuel. Refined fuel is made from coal. You basically go through a processing chain to take the coal, grind it down to dust, and then turn it into first naphtha and then refined fuel. It's very efficient and gives you lots of power. So I usually make either three or four compression dynamos that use the refined fuel, and with those I can usually crank out about 1200 RF a tick, which is definitely well into the mid-game sort of power generation. The other option is a mod called Advanced Generators, and that's the one that I usually go with for a sort of sustainable energy source because it uses tree farms. So it takes the wood from tree farms, processes it into its fuel, and then uses that fuel to produce RF. And you can get a lot of RF out of those machines. I've done up to 20,000 RF a tick using Advanced Generators, which is way more than enough for any of the mid-game content. All right, it's nighttime now, so let's go ahead and whack the altar here. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna show this because awesome particle effects should be shown on camera. And then we're actually gonna go back to Aromacrafts and we're gonna see if we can kill a bunch of critters out there in the dark, flat world, and then try and survive getting shot at by skeletons. We got our trusty sword here. Wow, this takes longer than I thought it did. I'm just so in awe of the guy who made Astral Sorcery and his attention to detail in terms of particle effects. Little things like this just make a mod that much better. All right. So once again, red bar means doesn't have the right multi-block, but we'll come back and fix that. Let's go kill some monsters. Hello, spider. Goodbye, spider. We might have to kill undead. Now, I am not getting any updates. Let's try unequipping our sword. Hey, there we go. So we have to do this barehanded. Interesting. Alright. My lovely wife did make the snarky comment, well, you are trying to become a monk. Like, okay. Armored zombie is down. Of course, I'm backing up, probably backing into more mods. More mobs, not mods. Come on. This will be a whole... Oh, no. Let's put that there. And go find some more stuff to kill. 6, 7. One of the fun parts here is we're going to get the ability to kiss creepers to make them not explode. Can I get you to explode on the villager, maybe? I did not get credit for those. Oh well. Come here, zombie. Hey, there we go. Come here, zombie. Run away from that guy, because we don't like creepers. They explode on us. And here's the last zombie. This should get us... Monk level 6, alright. Or sorry, monk level 7. Now let's go find some skeletons and have them shoot us. Hello, skeleton. Oh, you missed. Oh, you missed again. Oh, you missed again. Missed again. And the last one, yay, alright. Now let's go home. Because I don't want to be looking at the advancements while things are trying to eat my face. Alright, what do we need to do next? Break 4 block of iron blocks with my bare hands, and then take a boat upon the ocean and contemplate the midnight moon. Could I have timed that better, maybe? Oh, okay, so blocks of iron. Those are fairly easy, let's get them. Wrong one. There we go. Gotta do this fast because it's midnight. So this is going to let us block things that are as tough as iron, or break things that are as tough as iron, not block things. And then we just need a boat. A boot. That's sand. Boat. I don't know if I have to be in something that is considered an ocean, but we do have water over here. I have to contemplate the midnight moon from a boat. It does specifically say on the ocean, but let's see if it checks the biome or not. Nope, it doesn't. All right. We are cruising through the monk levels here. Monk level 10. So there are a total of 20 monk levels, and the last level gives you creative mode flight. I don't think we're going to get there that fast, but why is this so derpy? Here we go. Let's try that again. Shift to get out of a boat. Why is that doing that? There we go. All right. Let's head back home. I might need my boots. I think I need my boots. Yeah, that makes that easier. All right. And then we'll check out what the next thing is. So we will eventually get jump assist and uphill step assist with Monk. So we won't need the dark boots here in a little bit. Let's take those off. Let's look at the advancements. Peacefully coexist among the Endermen without scaring them. So we just have to find an Enderman. We're gonna do that in a later episode. Let's finish off the altar here, and we'll call that good for this episode. The movement bonus is so nice for Monk. All right, stick that in there. What else can we stick in? Put away. Here we go. Okay. So let's take a look in the tome. Celestial altar. So we need a 7x7 bit of sooty. The corners are regular marble, bricks all around that stuff, and then the pillars that we had. Sorry, I closed that when I meant to. Go away. So, runed, 2 pillars, chiseled. Alright. 7x7 sooty. Here we go. I could totally pick up the marble underneath this. Not too worried about it. Particularly since we found that other Astral Sorcery Temple, we can definitely cannibalize that for any additional marble we need. So we're not going to run out of marble anytime soon. And the last one. Alright. Then we needed regular marble around the corners. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And then we just need bricks surrounding everything. So we're actually going to grab our building gadget really quick, because this seems like a good time for build to me. There we go. And these we'll just place. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we go. Alright, now we just need the pillars, and we should be good to go. Some ruined marble. Some... Did I get it? I did. Wasn't sure. There we go. And then that didn't work. Let's put our boots on, because now we can see all these, and chisel marble on top. Really. There we go, there we go. Chiseled. And chiseled, there we go. And finally, place the altar. Did we get it? Nope, we didn't. I am really bad at that, evidently. There we go, and of course, here we are. Now, what's interesting about this, we're at tier 4, and we're still getting half altar power during the day. At night, it should be almost up to full again, but we may need to augment the power of the altar using some other stuff here soon. That's okay, because now we can do some really neat stuff. So, the Constellation chapter adds some of the really awesome pieces of this mod. First of all, there's a Stellar Refraction table. This is an alternate enchantment mechanism, so we can do enchantments with this. I usually don't use that because there are some other ways of getting enchantments that I think are a little easier. But it's something to keep in mind. We can create our own collector crystals and make this little multi-block thing underneath them so that they work during the day, or even when their constellation isn't in the sky. This we'll use to power a ritual using the constellation Lucerna once we find the paper for it, and basically turn off passive hostile mob spawns in a ridiculously large radius. One of my favorite things about this mod. Another really neat thing that we'll get is the Illumination Wand. This wand is just awesome. It's infinite torches. Not only is it infinite torches, you can use it to make a block unbreakable. I mentioned this in the last episode. The reason a block being unbreakable is awesome is because you can make a wither containment just with this wand. And you can use any material you want. You could use sand. The most blow-upable or explodable material in the game. You could literally make a wither containment out of TNT and it would be safe. That's how awesome this is. Anyway, here's me gushing. Some other things that we can do this Resplendent Prism. This is kind of like a necklace item that you can enchant. We're going to do the Starlight Infuser. There are some really neat things you can do with this. You know, the the Starlight Infuser allows for some things that are just really cool. You can infuse tools to make them really, really powerful. That's this thing here. You can create a tree beacon, which will basically provide wood resources slowly, but it'll provide them. You can do some really neat stuff with this, but specifically you use it to make the collector crystals. So if you look here, these resonating gems you make with the Starlight Infuser. And we're going to need the collector crystals to power rituals, which means we're also going to need some more Stardust, quite a bit of it actually. And the resonating gems, making them is going to require a fair amount of liquid starlight. So we're gonna ramp up our production of that. We're also going to use that liquid starlight to make celestial crystals. So if you combine a rock crystal with stardust inside a pool of liquid starlight, it makes a celestial crystal. And celestial crystals are just bigger rock crystals for the sake of for the purposes of the game. Pretty much every recipe that you can use a celestial crystal in, you can also use a normal rock crystal. But these will make more powerful rituals, more powerful collectors. I mean, just they're better. And what we'll do is once we get a purity 100 one of them, we'll effectively use them to make as many gems as we need, as many crystals as we need. Anyway, that's where we're going with Astral Sorcery. I think we're going to probably take a little bit of a break from Astral and look at some of the other mods, specifically some of the things we can do in the Mining Dimension. We'll probably start looking at Industrial Foregoing. But I think the next episode we're going to go ahead and start doing the... we're going to go to the Nether. And once we're in the Nether, we're going to grab some stuff that we need to do the refined fuel production, because that really will get us enough power that we can power up some other nice items and sort of get closer to that mid-game threshold. The other thing we're going to look at doing here fairly soon is a mob farm, because we're going to need ender pearls for a lot of stuff that we want to do in the near future. So we'll take a look at some different mechanisms for that. Other than that, I think we're making pretty good progress. We have a way to teleport to different dimensions that doesn't take power. So that's that Celestial Gateway. We can also teleport to other locations in the overworld. So, when we want to move out of this, Astral Sorcery-ish location, we can go find a nice place to set up a new base, and we can leave this here and teleport back to it using that gateway, which is really nice. Anyway, thank you for watching episode 8. I will see everyone in the next episode. Thanks again. Bye-bye.